PTPOP here, with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back, and tonight I have another doozy for you. My microphone needs some Viagra.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?
Looks like I'm talking into the head of George Harrison, doesn't it? In circa 1964. Hello, I'm George Harrison. It's within you and without you. Ah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. This video I found from a British man. And the video is from, what is it from exactly? Career Vids, I tell you. And it's a video titled, well, let's just bring it up. Call center interview questions and answers. How to pass a call center job interview. This is a good one, my friends. It's a great one. Let's watch it, shall we?
And in a second, I'm going to walk through this door and undertake a live call center interview. So I have applied for a call center job and I've got an interview scheduled with the call center.
He's got it scheduled. My job interview is scheduled. Yes.
So if you have a call center interview coming up for any organization, make sure you watch this presentation because I will teach you how to pass your job interview. And just...
Okay, people. All right. I found this video on YouTube just by accident, and I'm like, how to pass your call center job interview? You've got to be kidding me. Really, you've got to be kidding me. I don't even know where to begin on this one, honestly. And I just want to address a comment that a viewer made of me squinting. He said I was a Mason, showing them the one-eyed, hairy eyeball symbol for the Masons. And that is not true. I have an affliction with my right eye that I believe I inherited from my mother's side of the family, known as amblyopia. And my right eye wanders, and it looks up into the top of my head. It's a very sexy trait. And I have trouble focusing, and I can't see things, so I have to close one eye to read. And my mother went through this too. My mother would sit and look at things, and, she stopped drawing and stuff because she couldn't see well anymore. And I'm at this place where I have to close one eye or wear an eye patch. So it's no type of secret conspiracy theory group or the Masons. I don't belong to the Masons. There's no hidden meanings into my eye closing. But anyway, this one I found, and it's a doozy. I mean, this guy goes through and tries to teach young people or anybody how to pass their call center interview. And I think this is hilarious because, as we all know, call center interviews are not conducted like this at all. So let's proceed. Shall we proceed?
Let's get straight into the interview. Here we go. Hi there, I'm Richard. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Richard.
Thank you very much.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Hi, Richard. Welcome to the interview. I'm going to ask you several questions today to assess your suitability for this call centre position. To start off, tell me about yourself.
I've been to tons. I've been to probably 30 or 40 call center interviews in multiple industries in 2 different states, and I have never once, not once, seen people dressed up like this in a call center interview. And the royal blue coat with the powder blue tie and a white shirt. I have never seen it. I've not seen it from my interviewees, and I have not seen it from the people that are in the waiting room with me waiting for the interview, okay? So if you've seen interviews like this, let me know. Maybe it's different in the UK because this is obviously filmed in the UK. But like the last major interview I had was for a big bank here in Cleveland, Ohio. And in the bank, now my headphones are stuck. Oh my God. But the interview I had with a big bank here in Cleveland, the gentleman who interviewed me had tattoos up and down his arms, and he had vampire teeth in. And this is a few years ago, but I guess, he was into that, the teen vampire scene or something like that. I don't know what his story was. But let's proceed with this my joyous joyous video.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be interviewed for this call center position today. I would describe myself as somebody who is very positive. I am conscientious in my work. I am hardworking and I am resilient, so I can deal with.
Come on, guys. Who talks like this? Who talks like this in an interview? Okay. I'm resilient. I'm a hardworking, resilient fellow. And I love to pick my nose, and I wrap the boogers up in tinfoil and carefully place them in the wastebasket. Thank you. Yes.
Difficult scenarios as and when required. Before I applied for this call center job, I spent some time reading the.
Before I applied for this call center job, I spent a lot of time working in McDonald's. Yes. Thank you.
The job description to make sure that I had the necessary skills and qualities to carry out my duties to the standards that you would expect.
Now let's take a look at this couple here. Now the guy who's being interviewed looks like he's closer to my age. He shaved his head. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'd say he's somewhere around 50 years old. And the young man who's interviewing him is maybe 25, okay? And so most young men, when they come in to interview me, the old geezer, they're like, oh, hey, Pete, thanks for coming into the interview. Tell me a little bit about yourself, why don't you, okay? They're not sitting in a nice suit. You know, they got their nose pierced, they got a tattoo on their cheek. They're like, oh, tell me about yourself. This is such crap. This is such crap.
I am professional, I am a strong communicator, and I am able to always follow rules and procedures. I would also describe myself as somebody who is a fast learner.
I'm always able to follow rules and procedures means he's a sycophant. He's a brown noser. He likes to stick his nose as far up his supervisor's ass as possible.
Confident I will be able to get through lots of calls during the working day, and I will always meet call handling targets. I also have.
So let me ask you this. So if you were new to call center work and you had never worked in a call center, would you know to talk about call center volumes and high volume call capacities in a call center? I don't think you would. I wouldn't. I'd have my first big call center I worked in many years ago. I had no clue what I was in for. I had no clue. I was totally caught off guard by it. This is totally bullshit. And I can see what this guy's trying to do. He's trying to get people, you know, especially young people or people that are desperate to get into a call center. Because if you read the comments on this video, people are like, thank you so much for this video. You helped me. I was trying so hard to get into XYZ company, and I got in it because of this video. Oh, you're amazing. You're the Jesus of call center videos. There are some people out there, like myself, who used to think if I could just get into this company at any level and succeed, I could make it. I could be somebody. You know? And that's not going to happen. In 99% of the cases, you're not going to get anywhere but be a call center drone or sycophant for the rest of your life. So let's proceed, shall we?
Previous experience in customer-facing roles, and I think that gives me an advantage in this call center position. Outside of work, I keep myself fit and active, which helps me to maintain concentration.
Now the question was, tell me about yourself, I think.
Deal with difficult scenarios as and when. First of all, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Questions today to assess your suitability for this call center position. To start off, tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, and he goes on for a long rant. For how long is this rant? It starts at 1 minute in the video, and it goes on for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes to tell me about yourself? You know, and these interviews are sitting there like, oh, okay, you keep yourself fit. Why is he talking about his personal health and his fitness? Now, this is the second question.
Why do you want to work in a call center?
That's a good question. Why do you want to work in a call center? If you're new to call center work and you're watching my videos, let me tell you up front, the call center work is hell on earth. There's very few jobs that are worse than this in the corporate world. There are worse jobs, such as like cleaning up horse shit or, I don't know, whatever. But listen to this guy's answer to why he wants to work in a call center.
I want to work in a call center for several reasons.
Number one, I'm batshit crazy. I'd love to lick the queen's shoes.
So the first
I'm sorry, there isn't a queen anymore. I'm sorry, people in Great Britain that watch me. I know there's a lot of you from the UK that watch me, and I know your queen died. I'm sorry about that. Forgive me for the insensitive humor about the queen. There's lots of queens here in the US, though. Hello, everybody. Can you say sexy sailor?
first reason is I enjoy working in a busy environment where
The real reason is I'm a masochist and I love to have nails shoved through my nipples. Thank you. Oh, look at the light started flickering. My LEDs are dying.
everyone is working towards challenging targets. So I'm a fast worker and I thrive under pressure, and call center work will certainly give me that. I'm also attracted to...
How would you know that? If you don't know what a call center is, let's just say you're brand new to call centers, you've never worked in one, how are you going to know that it's a challenging environment, you're going to fit in well? It just doesn't make any sense.
The reliability call center work gives you. So I'm saving up for a deposit to buy my first house. So I need...
A deposit to buy your first house, working in call center? Lots of luck, hon. Lots of luck there with that.
reliable and
Look at this guy. Look at the guy on the other side of the desk. He's like, yeah, really?
consistent work, and I will get that when working in a call center. I also want to work in a call center because I enjoy communicating with lots of different people.
These answers are bullshit. Okay, now if you go into a call center interview and you give these answers, yes, the corporate person sitting across the desk from you or the corporate person is going to eat these answers up. But you're in for something totally different than what you think you're in for once you set foot in a call center floor. It is a meat grinder environment. I'll say, let's skip to the next question here.
Answer. What skills and qualities are needed to work in a call center?
Skills and qualities needed to work in a call center.
Well, one of my strongest skills for working in a call center is I am batshit crazy and schizophrenic with manic depressive tendencies, and I hear voices, yes, and I love to smoke crack.
You need, first and foremost, excellent communication skills. So you have to communicate in a concise and confident manner. And you also have to be a good listener and ask the right questions. You need to be a good company brand ambassador.
A company brand ambassador? Who talks like this? You and I don't talk like this. The average person does not talk about company brand ambassadors. Seriously? You're going to talk about company brand ambassadors? What the hell is that? I mean, you're just he's basically saying he's going to push the company's products and be a great ambassador for their product. But who talks like this in an interview? I mean, if you're watching and you want to work in a call center, yes, some of these things that he's saying, try to mirror what he's saying, try to emulate him. But what you're going to see on the other side is they don't care if all they care about are drones and people that can regurgitate information as quickly as possible to get people off the phones without complaining. They want people that wouldn't say shit if they had a mouthful. They have if you're the kind of person that has a mouthful of shit, you're like this. Oh, say it, say shit, say it. No, poo. I got poo in my mouth. That's it.
You need to be a positive role model for the company, and you need to have knowledge of the company's products and services so you can...
Okay, let's go on to the next question. Tally ho. Sorry, I'm mocking. I do sound mocking, like I'm mocking the British people, but I'm not. I'm an avid fan of British cultural things like Hodge Jerrison here. Within you, without you, folks. All right, let's see what they say here.
resilient nature.
Thank you. And next question.
Thank you. And for my next question, I'm going to ask you about the size of your nostrils.
How would you deal with an irate customer?
I'd start with blowing loud horns into my microphone.
Whenever dealing with an irate customer, I would make sure that I followed company procedures and I would remain calm. It's really important.
Who talks like this, people? But it's true. I mean, you're supposed to remain calm. And I only lost it like twice in 20 years on the phone with a customer. Because I'm a pretty laid back person until it gets personal. And no one's really got personal with me on the phones. Like anything, really. They don't know my triggers, so they didn't know what to say to me. I'm George Harrison, your call center representative. Be calm, yin yang, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, while you're on the phones with mad, sleazy customers. Hare Krishna.
Tell me, how would you deliver bad news to a customer on the telephone?
I'm sorry, mate. I just got word that your father has died. Sucks to be you, doesn't it?
So whenever I was delivering bad news to a customer, I would prepare for the call beforehand. I think that's important because if you know what...
Prepare for the call beforehand. What kind of bad news are they talking about? I mean, really? I'm sorry, sir. I hate to tell you your phone's been disconnected because you're a deadbeat and you don't pay your bills. What are they talking about here?
What you're going to say and how you're going to say it, it helps you to achieve a successful outcome.
Do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Being a traditional call center representative with a heavy crack addiction, I see myself in the state penitentiary in 5 years' time.
I believe in 5 years' time, I would still be working for your...
I'd be 60, is what he should say, with a bad back and a swollen prostate. Yes.
company, either in the same position or having gained advancement to a more senior level. So,
oh, lots of luck, dude. You're going to get into a senior level in a call center? No. For those of you that are neophytes, newbies, who are pledges to the world of call center work, the turnover rate in your traditional call center is anywhere from 60 to 80%. So just about for every one person they hire in a call center, 2 quit or more. It's a meat grinding atmosphere. Most people never raise to anything senior.
in 5 years' time, I would hope to be seen as a fully competent and reliable member of the call handling team. I would have hoped to have undertaken numerous training development courses within the organization.
Oh, Jesus. Now, keep in mind, this guy, his channel, I think, is about how to pass a corporate interview, which is fine. And he's trying to do a good thing. I don't really mocking him personally. He's got the right idea and the right intentions. He's trying his best to help all of you out there that are trying to pass interviews, which is great. But he's being completely unrealistic. Your traditional corporate call center interview, number one, the potential candidate doesn't look or sound anything like this. Your average candidate is anywhere between the ages of 18 to 30 years old. They have piercings, they have tattoos. They walk in wearing baggy pants, tattoos, Hawaiian colored shirts. Some wear ties, some wear t-shirts, some wear polo shirts. It's a mismatch. It's the land of the misfits.
Tell me, what's your biggest weakness?
Tell me, what is your biggest weakness? Hi. My biggest weakness are women in thigh-high spike-heel boots. That is one of my weaknesses, honestly. Ladies, if you have any spike-heel boots, wear them for me. I'll watch your YouTube channel all day.
I would say my biggest weakness is the fact I find it really hard saying no to people. I'm that type of person who says yes to everything.
That's a horrible answer. I find it hard to say no to people. That's a terrible answer, especially in a call center, because people call into the call center and they say, "Hey, I want a refund now, or I'm going to cut your balls off, dude." Oh, okay, I can't say no to you. I'll give you a refund. You know, your biggest weakness, I think a great answer for this question is, my biggest weakness is I'm my own worst critic. I'm really hard on myself, and that's what drives me to succeed and get better. See, I've got the corporatees in me. I'd play my sitar. It's groovy, you know. It's groovy. I'm George Harrison. This is my sitar. The whole point I'm making here is this gentleman, you know, he's trying his best. He's trying to give you all good advice on how to pass an interview. And these are some questions you get in a traditional corporate interview as well. You're not going to get questions like this probably at McDonald's or Burger King or your local Five and Dime or something like that. But he's trying to help you out here, and he's got some good advice. And if you can mirror his professionalism, have straight posture, dress for success, go to the interview with a suit on, a tie or a dress or whatever you wear, whatever your denomination is, or your whoever you are, boy, girl, man, woman, transgender, dress for success, look good, be clean shaven, cover up your tattoos just in case they don't like tattoos, things like that, and be positive, upbeat, show a lot of energy. That kind of stuff goes over well in the corporate world. It goes over great. And I know this for a fact. I've been in corporate interviews and I've passed lots of interviews, both call center, non-call center, and gotten the jobs. And this guy's giving like a textbook answer how to pass an interview in a call center and in general. And he's right. A lot of this stuff goes a long way in a corporate world. The problem is you've got to maintain what you sell them in the interview. You've got to maintain it once you get on the call center floor or in any call center environment. You know, if you lie in the interview and say, "I'm organized, I'm focused, I have great qualities as a team leader," and you get on the floor and to find out you're unorganized, you're disorganized, you have a fractured mind and you can't remember things and you don't like leading people, you're going to get the job, but you're not going to be there very long. So, I mean, these questions and these answers are great, and the answers are good to some degree, but you have to be the person. You have to actually, in reality, be the person that you're describing. If you're not, you won't keep the job very long. So it does you no good to memorize his answers unless you're that kind of person. And if you go into an interview and you're not really upbeat, I'm not an upbeat person. I'm very laid back. I'm very, very chill. I'm just like, "Hey, dude. Hey, you want to listen to some Stones tonight, man?" "Sure, dude. Yeah, let's watch the Browns game and then listen to the Stones, man." "Well, I'm giving you the one-eyed Stone Mason salute." I'm a Mason. Yeah. So I wanted to show you some of the comments that this guy received from videos. And one of the comments is from me, my Skidding Bear Studios channel. I say, "Hi, Richard." I try to be, I think I'm fairly pleasant here. I say, "Hi, Richard. I've worked in call centers in multiple industries. From my experience, I can tell you I've never sat alongside or met a call center coworker who, one, dresses professionally, two, who can answer interview questions so eloquently, and three, who has this kind of enthusiasm or understanding of the job prior to the interview." And he was kind enough to respond to me. I haven't read it yet. Let me read what he says here. He says, "Thanks for your comment. My advice would always be to dress professionally, answer questions as well as possible, and have a positive attitude for any interview." And yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, I can't, I can't knock this guy for trying to help people. He's trying to help all of you get jobs and pass job interviews, which I commend him for that. But some of the other questions on here, some of their things are just kind of like, I'm wondering, they've got to be real, because this video has almost 300,000 views. This guy says, "They work in the call center. What Richard says is a must. No experience when I started. By far the most difficult job I've had yet. Yet it is the most rewarding." No, I've never, not once, felt rewarded in a call center job. Maybe 1 or 2 calls where I felt like it really helped somebody. I got the job today, had an interview at 9:30 a.m., got a call back at 12:25 with a job offer following these techniques and answers. I'm so excited and grateful. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, but that's what call centers are. You go in, if you can demonstrate that you're obedient and you can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time, you'll get a call within a couple hours. You know, I feel for all of you that work this terrible job and think it's a good move to get into a big company, but you're really in many ways lower than the custodians to clean up the bathrooms in a call center job, and you're not going to get advanced any further than a manager, or maybe in some stretched imagination, a director of the call center, but you'll never get beyond that. So that is my review of call center interview questions and answers, how to pass a call center job interview. I'm Joel Jennison, and this is my doll. This is the Beatles doll that my friend's mother owned in high school. My friend Tim, his mother Susan, who was a very nice lady, had this Beatle doll that he gave to her son, my friend Tim. And I harassed him until he finally just gave the fucking thing to me. But I found out years later that it's worthless. It doesn't have it. These dolls come with guitars. They came with little plastic guitars, and these were made back in like 1964, I think. I don't know if there's a trade date on there. I'm going to read that. It says the Beatles, and I used to be this huge Beatle maniac. I'm still a Beatles fan of their music, but I'm no longer like obsessed with them. So there you have it. Have a good day. PTPOP signing off. Alvida Zane, baby.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?